If you had told me while playing Yakuza 8 that this scene would lead to one of the most memorable side quests I have ever played, I'd have said, cool, can't wait to see it. I'm very trusting that way. So one of the cool things about doing the old YouTube is I have a list of topics and video ideas, and then midway through editing Cat People, a story enters my life and suddenly I have to talk about it. To explain the Yakuza series would be a lengthy endeavor. To explain what makes a great side quest would be a less lengthy, but a more varietal endeavor. Now, I find when a side quest burrows its way into my memory, it's usually for one of two reasons. The first is immersion through options. So this is where the game makes me feel like I'm truly crafting a unique narrative through my actions. Some of my favorite examples of this being Oblivion's Whodunit and New Vegas's Beyond the Beef. Any quest that lets you feed one of your loyal companions to a society of pretentious cannibals is a winner in my book. The other side quest quality that seems to grab me is emotional connection through long-term payoff. In this case, the quest itself can be painfully linear, but the length of time spent getting to this moment, it's like gravity chamber training. Something simple that has been built up to over a grand period of time increases the emotional weight many times over. It's not the basic gameplay of shooting cans with Garrus that I remember.
My cans! My precious antique cans!
It's our relationship after 3 games and 60 plus hours together. It gives the whole scene a lot more depth. Which leads me back to Let It Snow.
Just give me the ice!
Now, does this quest have many options, branching paths that allow me to feel in control of the narrative? No. Is there a long-term storytelling payoff? No. The whole quest takes maybe about 20 minutes, and almost all of it is cutscenes. And yet, god damn, it's getting to me even now. So in Yakuza 8, you play as Ichiban Kasuga, a former Yakuza with a heart of gold and a charmingly delusional amount of optimism. You and your crew are exploring Hawaii, and while doing so come across many individuals looking for help. Spreading the word about a little boy's lemonade stand, perfecting an online dating app, helping lesbian crustaceans fall in love. Now most of them are pretty wacky, and then end with a sentence or two about believing in yourself or the heart of the cards, where the music changes and tries to give it some depth. So when you come across this man,
No flavor, just give me the ice!
throwing shaved ice in his face, it feels like it's gonna be more of the same. Later, we catch him at another shop, but it seems the shaved ice community, you know how gossipy they can be, has caught on to his antics and refuses to serve him anymore. Ichiban, being the nice guy he is, sits down to cheer him up and figure out what's the deal.
It's enough to make a grown man cry.
Okay, so things are getting a little more serious. So what do we figure the next step is in the quest? Find some snow, maybe? Well, later in the game, you might just be walking through the mall when suddenly a woman loses her baby down an escalator, and it results in a high-speed chase through the streets of Hawaii. What is this stroller made out of? And inside the stroller we find a fully grown man in a diaper. This is, bear with me, Suzumu Gondawara, a Yakuza boss who Ichiban met in the previous game. Him and his crew like to dress up as babies and be taken care of by women. Now I know what you're thinking. How turned on can one game make me? But you might also be thinking, wait, what the hell does this have to do with the ice for the dying wife guy? Initially, I didn't even realize that this was part of the same quest, until this revelation.
Yep.
So Gondawara, being the legend he is, nobly agrees to sacrifice his diapers for love. With the help of his men and Ichiban, they spread the shredded pampers long enough for the old man and his wife to share a beautiful moment together.
I only have one last wish.
Anything.
Will you smile? I want to see your smile again before I fall asleep. Surrounded by beautiful snow, I would hate for my prince to look unhappy.
What the hell, game? People use the term emotional roller coaster quite a bit, but this sub-story belongs at sentimental Six Flags. If ever there was a story that shouldn't work, this is it. And yet it somehow does. All right, I'm gonna try and explain it. Having a story go from weird to sad to zany and devastating at the same time, I think that's what shook the emotions loose in me. By making me laugh, I feel something, and perhaps that opened the door to feel more things. Even if the voice acting, at least in the English dub, is questionable.
I could have spent it with you.
And questionable is being generous. Yeah, even if the voice acting is bad, the writing is so good that it doesn't matter. I also love that the mission isn't to achieve a happy ending. She doesn't get cured. The old man doesn't get to have the time with his wife he'd always planned on return to him. We're not fighting for a happy ending. We're fighting for just a brief respite in the sadness. A comforting moment, even if it's a lie.
I think the snow is melting.
I would love to see more stories like this. I feel like more often than not they would fail spectacularly. The comedy would come off as inappropriate or the emotional stuff unearned. But I don't care. I love a fun combination. I love seeing things that I haven't seen before. That's why Leprechaun in the Hood was so good.
A friend with weed is a friend indeed.
I mean, it wasn't, but it was. Grown men ripping up their own diapers to imitate snow for a dying woman's last wish wasn't on my great works of art bingo card, but I am so glad that I played it. And in case you're curious, the rest of the game is fine. Not as good as 7. If you made it this far, I just want to say a genuine thanks for watching. Feel free to comment below with a side quest that knocked your socks off. And, yeah. Bye.